After savoring the last bite of the GOT series that ended almost 3 years ago, HBO is set to serve us another full dish in style. The much-anticipated Game of Thrones spin-off series is almost upon us. News making rounds says we're in for a lot of family drama riding on the wings of majestic dragons. So what should fans expect from the new House of the Dragon series? Stay tuned to find out. First up, when will the first season of the House of the Dragon be released? That's the question every fan is asking. After having to wait for so long, we can hardly keep calm and finally get to see the series that promises to be just as entertaining as its Game of Thrones sequel. The first season of the new HBO series is set to be released on August 21st, 2022. Finally, you say? Yes, finally! The much talked about prequel series House of the Dragon is an American fantasy drama television series created by George R.R. Martin and Ryan J. Condal. The series is based on some parts of Martin's book, Fire and Blood. Martin has first hinted at a possible GOT spin-off in November of 2018. In September of 2019, it was announced that the spin-off will be based on the beginning of the end of House of Targaryen, and in the following month, HBO gave a straight series order for House of the Dragon. The first season of House of the Dragon is 10 episodes long. The plot centers around the House Targaryen and the events leading up to and covering the Targaryen War of Succession, known as the Dance of the Dragons. Set in a timeline that is decades before the famous sequel, the series is sure to tickle the fancy of lovers of history and drama. So, will there be more seasons of House of the Dragon to come? So, now that the premiere date for Season 1 has been confirmed, can we expect more? I'm no soothsayer, but I can say that this is only just the beginning. You are in for a long ride. It appears that there will be more seasons of House of the Dragon to come, and we are super excited about it. HBO's Game of Thrones prequel House of the Dragon is reportedly set to run for 3 to 4 seasons. However, the added caveat is provided the first season gets a high enough debut rating from the fandom. So the producers are counting on your guys' feedback on Season 1 before cementing their plans for a new season. How thoughtful. Co-showrunner Miguel Sapochnik stated that the prequel series is a great place to start because its storyline that centers on the Targaryens can be explored both forward and backward in the timeline. Hence, House of the Dragon serves as a spine to other possible stories and spin-offs. So yeah, plenty of stories to explore for more seasons. Furthermore, Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin stated that those who have read the book, Fire and Blood, on which the movie is based, will realize that it contains enough material for dozens of shows. I guess we just have to wait to see if Martin and showrunner Sapochnik will live up to their claim in the years to come. Next, should we expect to see more trailers before the movie is released? Don't we all just love sneaky snippets that give us an idea of what is to come? I'm sure you do. I mean, what is a good movie without a killer trailer, right? Thankfully, House of the Dragon has not failed to whet our appetite as we wait by releasing a couple of trailers. However, the official trailer for the House of the Dragon prequel series was released sometime in late July. The trailer reveals the opulent House Targaryen in style and class, and oh yes, many fire-breathing dragons too. As the premiere date draws closer, HBO rewards eager fans with a newer and longer trailer that showed more dragons and a lot more Targaryens with their signature snow white long hair. The latest trailer also reveals a modified Iron Throne and the bloody battles that ensue between the dragon-loving family members that would love to occupy it. The trailer shows fans what to expect from the thrilling series that is set about 200 years before its prequel, visiting the history of the Great House Targaryen. As the official release date draws near, fans and viewers hope to see more detailed trailers, especially showing more dragons and their riders. Now, let's get to the interesting part. House of the Dragon is set in a timeline that is almost 200 years before the timeline of Game of Thrones. Will there be a time when both timelines meet before the series end? Also, let's talk about those dragons. What are fans to expect from dramatic dragons with distinct personalities? I bet you were wondering too. Keep watching to find answers to all these questions. And now, will the two timelines meet before the House of the Dragon series ends? This soon-coming prequel is set almost 2 decades before the timeline of its prequel, Game of Thrones. So if you're a lover of fantasy and history, this one's for you. The storyline centers on House Targaryen, the internal feud, and the lust for power that is associated with them even in the popular sequel series. Fans of GOT series will remember that its timeline existed in 2 sections: BC, which is before Aegon I Targaryen's conquest of the 7 kingdoms of Westeros, and AC, which is after. House of the Dragon's timeline begins at 103 AC, while the Game of Thrones timeline starts at 298 AC. This means that House of the Dragon's timeline is set almost 200 years before the Game of Thrones narrative begins in Season 1. According to Martin's Fire and Blood, the series is set to unravel the upending of House Targaryen, focusing majorly on 4 characters: the king, his brother, the king's daughter, and her best friend. The best friend, however, goes on to become her friend's stepmother. Talk about surprises! Speaking about this, Martin stated that even though battles with dragons will be aplenty in this series, the major themes will rest on the love and hate that characterizes human conflict, and also, there'll be more character drama than action or adventure. However, the question remains, will the two timelines finally meet before the series ends? Seeing that the time jumps and time travels are not new to Martin's books and movies, should fans expect that the 200-year gap between the two timelines will be closed in time travel? Your guess is as good as mine. So, what are the personalities of the dragons in the House of Dragon? Co-showrunner Ryan Condal has confirmed that the House of the Dragon series will contain nothing less than 17 fire-breathing dragons. dragons. Compared to the limited number of dragons that fans got to enjoy in the popular series Game of Thrones, this is a buffet. And it gets better. Each dragon embodies the attitudes and temperament of its Targaryen rider. Pretty cool, right? Showrunner Miguel Sapochnik has stated that of the 17 dragons expected in the series, 9 will be unleashed in the first season of the series, and each of them will have a personality of its own. According to the showrunner, each dragon will have unique characteristics that will set it apart from its fiery siblings. He admitted that one of the challenges that the team faced was trying to make sure that these new dragons look nothing like Drogon, Daenerys Targaryen's dragon in GOT. However, try as they may, they ended up recreating dragons that look closely like Drogon. But look on the bright side. There is a grumpy grandma-like dragon to look forward to. Surely that would be a far cry from a stoic-looking Drogon. Other character dragons are one with a bad leg, and another that looks like an eagle. I guess even though these guys may look like Drogon, they still have enough drama to pull fans in. And finally, when will other Game of Thrones spin-offs be released? Game of Thrones ended about 3 years ago, but it would seem that most fans are still not over the disaster of the final season. And even though at some point the Game of Thrones series was hailed as one of the greatest TV shows of the 21st century, fans are still somewhat disappointed with the way the last season played out. However, regardless of that tiny dent in the fame of the series, HBO should seem like they enjoyed the massive fandom that the series gathered, and the cash flow it brought with it. Thus, works of different rumored spin-offs started underground after Game of Thrones closed its curtains. The author of the popular series, George R.R. Martin, has anyway confirmed the underground works of 4 different spin-offs that they hope to release. Following reviews from the coming House of the Dragon series, it is safe to say that HBO is holding its breath, hoping this new House of the Dragon series will be able to soothe fans' wounds from their displeasure of the last season of GOT. Sources have revealed the name of these spin-offs in the works that hope to make their way to our screens soon. They are 10,000 Ships, The Sea Snake, The Dunk, and The Egg Show, and finally, a Jon Snow spin-off. However, there is currently no official release date for any of them. And there you have it, guys. You're all caught up on everything you need to know about the House of the Dragon soon coming series. Thank you for watching. Do let me know your thoughts about this video and the coming series in the comment section below. See you next time!